I'm Chris. This is That's a Wrap. I am here with Karla and Kiko from Karla and Kiko's Adventures. And we're just going to talk. Like I said to them in the backstage, is we've been in live streams together, but we never actually get to talk because we're always answering what the host is asking.
Exactly.
But one thing I do want to talk about, I did find out tonight that one of the people who was a subscriber to my channel, Just Jessie, she had passed away. My prayers go out to her and to her friends and her family.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do not know what kind of person Just Jessie was, she was a really, really great person. Yeah. She was on a live stream with me, not this last New Year's Eve, but the year before. So if you want to go and check out, if you never heard of her, go check her out and see her on there. I'm going to tell you, it gets a little adult because there was drinking during that live stream and everything like that. And I guess I got to the point where I was doing drunk history. But other than that,
we got to catch that one.
Yeah, I want to catch that one. That's that replay.
So she was really special, and my heart goes out to her family. So, but as for that, let's get to Karla and Kiko. So how you guys been?
I'm good, and I have a question for you.
And I have a comment for you.
So we get that a lot, Karla and
Kiko. I was gonna say. So
what is it with the East Coasters?
Is it the way it rolls? Is it more of a name? Like, is it a Karla with a normal name?
It's the K and K.
It's the K and the K. Well, when we first came up with the name and stuff like that, Karla always she always wanted to say, "Oh, it's going to be Kiko and Karla."
Yeah.
But then I'm like, well, it doesn't sound so good. Kiko and Karla Adventures. It's like too many us. Kiko Karla Adventures. Right. But I'm like, well, if we do Karla and Kiko Adventures, it breaks it up. Karla, Kiko Adventures. Do you remember that conversation? And she's like, are you sure you're good? And I'm like, roll with it, dude. Look, she's the face. She's the name. She does everything. I'm just here to mostly fund everything.
Right.
Mostly. And then do my part as needed, right? Any of this stuff. Just so you know, Chris, I like talking. And, this can go on for a good while. So just let us know when you want to,
In other words, shut them up whenever you want.
All right. Hey, Kevin, Theme Park Adventures. Sandy, thanks for coming in. And I'm sure Mar will be in here soon. So she always comes in and checks on me.
Nice.
But so you guys, you live there in California.
We do.
Right.
Northern California.
Are you guys close to? I've been to California once in my life.
Really? Where?
It was not a good experience. I spent 15 days in Death Valley.
Oh, Death Valley, the hottest place on almost in the world. Yeah. Hey, Rachel.
Yeah. So I don't have a really good opinion about California from my experience there.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've never been to Death Valley, but I don't think it would be a pleasant experience.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Death Valley is where Fort Irwin's at, isn't it?
Oh,
we don't know the area. We know that some YouTubers and some people have gone there just to be able to record like the hottest days.
Okay.
Besides that, we just know it's really hot.
I want to say I was there for 15 days of training.
I want to say there's like a hotel, and most of the things happen at like this big hotel.
That's what I've heard. I don't know.
That's it.
I'd never seen a ghost town before until we drove through one on the way to the fort.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's possible.
And then, the Dust Devils. Those are horrible.
Yeah, you call them haboobs or something like that. Whatever, that's what they call them nowadays.
And then while we're driving from this small little airport they flew us into on the bus to get to Fort Irwin, I see all this like it was like little almost like wires through the ditch.
Okay.
And they said it was to keep turtles from getting onto the road.
The highway.
Yeah. And the only thing I seen the wire was doing was keeping the trash in place. Was the only thing.
That makes a lot of sense. Wind, all that stuff.
So, I can see that.
But while we were there, they gave us a weekend off. We had our choice of going to Los Angeles to Universal Studios or going to Las Vegas.
Oh.
I went to Las Vegas.
I was going to say, I'm sure you chose
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. You chose correctly. You chose right. Yeah.
But the bad thing was they only gave us 8 hours there. So
yeah.
Okay.
So about the time we're pulling out is when the lights are coming on.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And
wow.
as we're pulling out on the bus, it's a bunch of soldiers on a bus, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was behind the MGM Grand,
Okay.
right? Which we found out there is a liquor store right there that was selling beer $1 a can. So we loved it. We were just sitting there waiting for the
Right.
bus, just going in over and over buying 1 can of beer the whole time. So we get on the bus and we start to pull out on the strip to head back. And there's a girl standing there and she just flashed everybody on the bus.
That's a good story.
Freebie.
That's a good story.
That's hilarious.
Well, just so you know, Chris, we are very far from Death Valley, and we're on a good day about 5 hours from Disneyland,
right?
With traffic, about 6 hours. So we're a lot closer to San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's where we're at.
Which, if I would have had my dream come true, I would have been not too far away from you.
Oh,
So I actually went to school for computer animation, and my dream was to work for Pixar.
Pixar.
Yeah.
It's in Emeryville.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's not too far from us as well. That is in the East
20
Bay.
minutes.
It's in the East Bay as well.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's right across the bridge from San Francisco. You could see, kind of see it.
It's
there.
never too late to follow your dream. Chris.
Yeah, follow your heart.
Well, it is. It cost a lot of money, and so it's schooling that I wasn't able to finish.
Never mind then.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
You know what the bad thing is? You don't even need a degree to do it. That's the bad.
Yeah.
No, it's just learning everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can YouTube it.
Yeah. I bet I could. I really bet I could. The only problem is those programs are so expensive. And that's
the actual programs themselves.
Yeah.
That is true.
So besides Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farms, what are some of the stuff you guys like to do there in California?
Well, I would say we do a lot of theme parks, and it's not specific to Disneyland. It's not specific to Knott's because we also do Universal down there. Before we started doing YouTube, we have gone to Legoland, which is closer to San Diego. We have done SeaWorld a long time ago, I want to say.
You guys do the San Diego Zoo too?
San Diego Zoo, we did that in that same trip. We did zoo. It is huge.
Yeah.
And we did SeaWorld. We've done, like I said, Legoland. It's right in the area as well. But for our home park, actually, a lot of people see our stuff and it's Disneyland. Our home park is actually California's Great America.
Yep. Yeah, I think you guys had a video on that.
It's a Cedar Fair park.
So they're related to Knott's.
It's all owned. Cedar Fair is
which is actually related to the park that's close to me.
Kings Island,
right? Yes. So we could, with our passes, we could go to that park and
the platinum pass.
With the platinum pass. And then our food plans and the drink plan follows us as well.
That's awesome.
And parking.
Yeah.
Too. So like I said, a lot of people are like, Great America. Oh yeah, I haven't been there in forever. This and that. I think I went with I want to say it was when I advanced from junior high to high school, like in the 9th grade, 8th grade, or closer to I don't remember. So I used to go a lot.
It is a forgetful park, or the park that's always forgotten.
It's kind of like not so known, I guess you would say. You know what I mean? But it's beautiful.
It is.
I would say when people ask me how would you describe Great America, I would say it's like an updated, newer version, smaller, a little more compact of Knott's, right? Because Knott's is historic. Knott's is old.
Yeah,
but
right.
Was there like obviously Cedar Fair hasn't always owned it. Somebody owned
it. It was Paramount's Great America.
It was Paramount.
It followed Kings Island because Kings Island was Paramount as well.
Oh, so it's the same thing?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have that.
We used to go.
Do you guys have the stunt car coaster that used to be the Italian Job and then they changed the name?
No,
I don't think
so. The one that really changed the name was, I want to say it used to be Top Gun.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you know Top Gun.
Right.
So the ride, it used to be Top Gun and it used to be themed. I mean, there's still actually some theming to it.
Right.
When you go in the queue, they got the big old Top Gun like mural and all that stuff. But now the ride is called Flight Deck.
You want
Top Gun?
What I'm laughing about?
Flight Deck.
It's the same thing,
right?
We had Top Gun.
No, the same.
And then they changed it to Flight Deck.
Oh, so you guys have the thing?
Huh.
Okay.
No, it's been changed again.
Oh.
Because back in the day, one of the first inverted roller coasters Kings Island had was called the Bat.
Okay.
I don't know if you know anything about Kings Island, but the
No.
Bat used to sit where the vortex was. The vortex was like
a vortex.
We used to have a vortex.
We used to have a vortex.
The vortex there, because it was on prime property at Kings Island. It was the most filmed or photoed roller coaster there. Well, they took the original Bat out because it was hurting people. I actually hurt my elbow on it when I was a kid because it would just slam me up against the side and it had no padding on it at all. It's just fiberglass.
Oh, wow.
So in honor of that, they changed the name of Flight Deck to the Bat.
Okay.
So now ours is
interesting.
So
you kind of know what we're talking about. Like I said, it was rethemed. We personally like that it is a Cedar Fair park because, like I said, it was a lot easier to upgrade. I want to say we started off with Knott's with like a gold pass or something like that, and then we added parking and whatever else, and then we're like, well, if we do the platinum pass, it includes parking, which is like $30 a pop. You know what I mean? A time. We're like, okay, it just makes natural sense, and then we can go to Great America. I have a little fact for you, Chris, that you probably would never know. We have a theme park that's also, so this theme park that's close to us, it's actually about an hour away from us. It's in Gilroy, is not owned by Cedar Fair. It's managed by Cedar Fair.
Hey, cool drummer. Welcome in.
Okay, so interesting, right? Give it a second. Give it a second to go. It's managed by Cedar Fair, right? So our passes, our platinum passes, and even the kids' gold passes
work too.
Will get you entrance to that pass.
Sorry,
it happens. The GoPro zongs out. It happens. it pops out sometimes. Anyways, so we're able to get entrance into there, right?
Right.
But my platinum pass parking
doesn't work.
I got to pay $20 to park.
Oh, really?
Food and drink does not transfer there. The only thing it works for is to go in to the entrance. And it's kind of a small, really small park.
Okay.
Well, it's a park in a garden.
It's a park in a garden.
A lot of gardens.
It actually used to be called Bonfante Gardens because that's the guy that like made it or something like that, like in the 80s or something like that. And then it was bought by the city or whatever. So now it's Gilroy Gardens. Actually, like I said, a lot of people don't know about it. They're like, "What? Gilroy Gardens? What the heck is that?" You know?
We went there once last year.
We went there once or twice, and I think once. All of our kids are older, and they're like, "Yeah, we're good."
Well, AJ and Andrea enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, but we were like 4 hours in, and we're like,
"We're done."
All right, can we go now?
Let's go to Great America.
Let's go to Great America because we want to go eat.
Right. If you go to the Cedar Fair, do they even talk about them?
No.
You know what? I don't know. We found out about it.
Here's what's funny is when Cedar Fair took over, they took over a place up there near Cedar Point. And I can't, it was called like Galapagos Island or something like that.
Something weird. Okay.
And they shut it down because they're like, why would we have a park that's competing with our main park?
They serve fun.
So they shut it down and they sent different rides to different parks that they owned.
Okay.
Yeah, Cedar Fair does do that a lot. They do interchange.
The one we had that they tore down that now was replaced by Orion, which has a 300-foot drop on it. It was what was it called? Firehawk. It was like the lay down,
we had that here at Great America as well, right? But it used to be called drop zone, drop tower.
It was drop zone. No, drop tower.
It would lay you down, and then you would
drop, but then it would like turn, so then you're laying face up.
Yeah, so it was like kind of like you were laying up this way, and then you would go like that, and then you were like still laying down. It was kind of it was kind of cool.
We have what was called drop zone when it was Paramount. Now it's called drop tower, but it's one of those that they take you straight up and they just drop you.
Yeah, we have that.
We have
ours
that
is drop zone.
I think
the funniest thing about it is when Margie and I goes on it. And
really?
Yes. Margie is a chesty woman. And she literally has to push them together to get the big
Oh no!
So she loves that ride, but she hates riding it because of that.
Oh no, that's terrible.
And Karla hates that sensation of like
I don't like the dropping.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't like the falling part. I honestly don't mind it. I don't go on it because I don't like the feeling of other parts going kind of up. You know, like
the lower part going up to the stomach.
I just don't like that sensation. You know what I mean? How everything goes up. So that's why I don't like it.
Yeah.
But you know, like I do, you know, Tower of Terror. I did Tower of Terror. You know, we have similar rides here at Disneyland and stuff like that. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy. I do that stuff.
Speaking of that, I heard, did you hear Paris? Disneyland is talking about changing their Tower of Terror to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
They're having Avengers Campus over there.
Yeah, we were just talking about
I knew about that. I did not know they had a second park there.
Yep. Well, do you actually know that we've been to Disneyland Paris, Chris?
I think I heard you guys talk about it once.
Yeah, we did that way before Walt Disney World.
And the funny part is that when we go, we've been to Disneyland Paris. Really? It's that we happened to have our vacation we went to London and to Paris. Oh, wow. And we had a few days there and we had to pick our stops, and we just happened to say, well, Disneyland's got to be one day. We got to do Disneyland. We're so close.
It's actually not in Paris.
It's not in Paris at all. It's like a good 40-minute train ride. Oh wow! Outside of Paris, it's one of those things that they call it Disneyland Paris, right? But it's in a outside city or whatever.
Yeah. I know
you know what I'm talking about. It's not right there.
It's almost like a 45-minute drive outside of it.
Yeah, like I said, we didn't drive. We took the train, but it was a good 45 minutes in the train. As far as I remember, it was a good ways away. Right. You know, but we did it was a day trip, but we wanted to do both parks because we're like, we don't know when we're going to come back. So, you know, you did Disneyland Paris on one side, which used to be called Euro Disney back in the day when it first opened, changed a couple names, but now it's Disneyland Paris. And then it's got Walt Disney Studios right across. Kind of like DCA. And have you been to Disneyland?
I've never been to Disneyland.
Okay. Well, the way Disneyland goes is it just has Disneyland here. It's got an esplanade in the middle, which is just like an empty space between queues and between the turnstiles and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
I think I was watching you live stream. You guys actually had it marked or DCA, but you guys were actually at.
Yeah, well, because we walked it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys were in front of the castle and you panned towards Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm.
And what caught me off was I'm like, oh my gosh, Tomorrowland is so close.
Yeah.
You guys have that nice.
You guys have your bridge. You guys have your bridge. You guys have your stuff, and it's kind of like off in the distance. And your stuff goes kind of far. Mm-hmm. You have to remember the big difference of Walt Disney World and Disneyland is space. Right. You guys have it. Right. You know, you guys have space to grow and to do all that stuff. We got stuff that the people mover is still kind of there, but it has been used since like 20 years or something like that. You know, so there's very differences, but Disneyland Paris, I could say I had a great time.
Mm-hmm. Definitely need to go back.
Definitely need to go back. The castle there is probably the most beautiful castle out of all the castles.
Oh, you're talking
I know we talk about
in Paris.
Yes, we talk about Walt Disney World. The castle there is huge, right?
Yeah. And Disney World, okay.
Yeah, in Disney World. It's huge, right? We went to Disney World in October, right? It's huge. But Disneyland Paris's castle, I mean, it's just...
Oh, yeah.
Well, they have the dragon underneath.
Yeah, they have a layer underneath.
Yeah.
I've reacted to videos to Disneyland.
Oh, perfect. You can see the back, how it has like the ivy and the everything. I mean, it's so beautiful. It is a little different, stuff like that. Main Street does feel very familiar, but it's got a bunch of differences and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's one of those that it was before we did YouTube, and we have a couple, Instagram stories or whatever. Yeah. Karla's actually been working on piecing it all kind of together to do kind of like a small vlog, but it's not going to be sideways.
The right way.
It's going to be up and down.
Because I was only recording it to show the kids,
You can fix that through editing, right?
No, you can.
You would have to you would actually lose part of your video.
Yeah, it would
because you would crop it.
It'd make it like from full screen to like widescreen or something like that. But nowadays, I mean, people have big phones to where you can just, see it up and down. Like we've done a couple videos that have been up and down, and it's been minimal. I don't think anybody's really complained. You know what I mean? It's just the way it was filmed and the way it was done. And it is what it is. But we do want to go back. But it's one of our past. We call it our past adventures or whatever.
Now, let me ask you something about Disneyland. Are they putting a Ratatouille down there?
Yeah. No.
So Disneyland is not planning on having a Ratatouille ride. Okay. What we are,
we
are getting Mickey's and
Runaway Railway.
Mickey and Minnie's.
What it was. I seen that was going.
Yes, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is what we are getting. You guys,
they're putting that inside of Toontown.
Yeah, you guys just got Walt Disney World just got Ratatouille not too long ago, and it opened up.
I was just there 2 weeks ago and didn't get to ride it because it broke down both times I was in line.
No,
even out. So you did standby and everything, and it broke down on you.
I mean, you guys obviously wasn't in the live stream when I was going off about these people. We had people who literally cut in line behind us, and he actually almost fought with the cast member, and they come out, and then he was like, "No, we've been here the whole time. We've been here the whole time." And then she left, and we knew he wasn't there. We've been in line already for an hour. Right.
Okay.
You were nowhere near me. And if you want to do this, don't be a large man wearing a neon green tight shirt. Because you stand out. So, but she walks away and he's bragging about, I got it an hour and everything. Well, they told us that the ride had broke down. They said you can stay here. It should be an hour, or you can leave and come back. And so we stood there and listened to this guy just going off and off and off. And I finally looked at my wife, Margie. I'm like, I said, we're only here for a short period of time.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff we can be doing here at Epcot.
Oh, yeah.
I said, let's go ahead and we'll get out. And I said, but I'm going up to talk to that cast member.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I reached over, unhooked the thing, let her out, hooked it back up, walked up there. They seen me walking towards that cast member. They got out of line.
Oh.
So,
yeah.
And I talked to the cast member. And what was funny is while it was all going on, security kept walking up like they were coming to us.
Huh.
And then they'd walk away. And right before that, and I talked to her, and she goes, "Sir, we already know about him. Everybody in Epcot knows about him. His picture is all over the place.
He's like a do not serve, do not,
They were gonna get this guy. That's what it was.
Wow,
that's crazy.
And that's the thing. The thing is we see stuff going on all the time, and we got my daughter with us. Right?
Yeah,
cast member, and it's like when you're online. You don't, they're not even thinking that, hey, maybe a cast member's here that's off and they're watching everything that's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't think about that. And believe it or not,
I think they have undercovers, don't they?
Well, they do. But also, you got to also think this is a company that creates animatronics, robots. You don't think they can hide cameras
in there?
True. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. So then Heaven, she was at work. And then she met us later, and she's like, "Hey, let's go try to get on Ratatouille." And we got in line again, and she happened to know the leaders. And the one leader just kind of blew her off. And, she was just telling him hi. And I think he thought that she was going to see he thought she was trying to get us on the ride. And all it was
right.
Hi. Well, then one of the leaders that she knew really well called her over, and she went over there, and she's like, "Do you want to go on?" And the one guy was sitting there. She goes, "No. I know the rules have changed. We can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just here to spend time with my family." So we got back in line. It broke down again. And then they came through and said, "We're not opening it up again tonight."
It's done.
No.
It's done.
Because we were back there, we missed Harmonious. So I didn't get
no, not Harmonious. Okay, now I'm hurt. Harmonious, dude.
Yeah. So that two of the new things we missed.
Harmonious is so awesome,
really
just
is.
so you know.
I believe Kiko.
Salt on the wound.
I'm sure he's seen live streams.
When they live streamed it, I was actually on here recording a reaction video while they were live streaming.
Yeah,
I did that with Enchanted and with Harmonious the first night they live streamed it.
Okay, all right.
So, I've seen it, but I do agree with VP that if you're not in the right spot for that, I don't. I think what the Stargate. I don't think that was a great idea for how they did that, because if you're standing off at the side, you can't see the Stargate. what's going on in it.
You can't.
Yeah. Well,
we lucked out with the perfect.
Well, VP and Arlene are the ones that told us that they already had seen it, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go," you know what I mean, to this spot, and we kind of camped there for a little bit, and it was just awesome. It was just, I mean, and we had other friends that were in different parts of the park that also like kind of took pictures or filmed it,
right?
And they had trees in the way, and it was off to the side, and it was like we really lucked out. We got like a really good spot for it, stuff like that. So I have a question for you, Chris. Since you do Walt Disney World and all that so much, what is your favorite park at Walt Disney World?
At Walt Disney World, my favorite part, it's funny because my favorite ride isn't even in my favorite park. So that's kind of weird. Hollywood Studios.
Oh, okay.
And what's weird about it, and it's almost losing what I love about it too, is, well, actually it gained a little bit because I'm a big Star Wars fan. So, but one of the things I loved about the old Hollywood Studios is it had that old Hollywood feel.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like not like what Hollywood is today or what it was 30. It was like way back in the day, you know, like when Walt Disney was started up in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. And I think it's so neat. A lot of people don't know it because it's just a, what do you want to say? It's a souvenir shop, I guess you would say.
Okay.
But it's a replica of the Carthay Circle.
Yeah.
And most people don't even know that. Walk by all the time.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, if you don't really know anything about DCA,
like we have the Carthay Circle and stuff like that. So it stood out to us. We're like, oh yeah, we know what that is.
Yeah.
So yeah. For us, our favorite park, Epcot. That's our favorite park.
Even with all the construction that's going on right now, Epcot.
For us, it was really the experience.
Was there construction going on?
There's always different stuff going on.
Oh yeah, the wall.
There's always different stuff going
I didn't
on,
pay
right?
attention to it, though.
But with us, it was really the experience. We went there twice. The first time we went to kind of experience it.
Right.
Well, the first time we had the kids with us.
But also it was that we didn't even go around the whole showcase.
No, we didn't.
We had gone kind of here. We went on Ratatouille. We had come back. So it was like kind of do as much as we could.
Right.
But the next time we went, we did kind of drinking around the world. And it's not drinking around the world is, I don't know if you've ever done it, Chris. It's not as fun as I thought it would be. I thought it'd be like, oh yeah, so cool. I found more bloated and more like sugary drinks and all that. I don't know if you drink beer, you know.
Well, because we don't do beer.
We don't do a lot of beer, and you probably do beer.
But we have one thing that you have to do. When you get to Japan, you have to get sake.
Oh, we got sake.
Yeah, we got the violet sake.
That thing, the violet sake, that thing is good.
I got a friend who was with me over in Iraq when I was over there. He's a good friend. He went down, and he decided he was going to do it. First time at Walt Disney World, he's going to drink around the world. Now, let me explain this guy. When we got back, this guy was self-medicating from over there because this guy was putting a 30-pack a night away before he would go to bed. All right, so the guy can drink, right? I mean, I think they even said, you're not an alcoholic, you're just a functioning drunk, is what they told him one time.
Wow.
So this guy, and I'm going to say this on here, he got down there, and I told him, I said, the rule is you have to get sake at Japan. He said, man, I was doing well. I got to Japan. He goes, I got that sake. And he goes, it saked me right in the ass. That's what he said. But the first time I did it, I was down there with a good friend and his family, and me and him were doing it, and we finished it, and it wasn't harmonious at that time. It was the one I don't like. the first show they had where they had the globe in the center and everything.
Yeah.
And I think we just found a park bench that was just laying there while watching.
So Chris, just so you know, we have somebody that I don't know if she's new to your channel, but we told her we were going to be on your stream. It's part of Rosa's World, and she's saying hi.
Yes.
Yep. So she came on because we let her know, and that's why she's here.
And Juan Rodriguez, I didn't see.
And Juan and Cool Drummer.
You should know Juan.
Cool Drummer. I think what it is sometimes I get into the conversation so much, especially on this live stream, that I miss out with them. But I mean, I love Disney. Now, you guys said you went to London.
We did.
Correct.
What did you think of London? I've been to
Loved it.
You loved it? Really?
And there's a lot of construction going on. There was so much freaking construction. I was like, dude, this all they do is construction over here.
But it was cleaner than Paris.
Well, did you guys visit like Big Ben Parliament or?
We actually, that's like the one place we didn't go downtown, Abbey or whatever. We didn't go in the Abbey because
we went on the outside because it was already closed.
We went outside because it was already closed. We were actually staying not too far. We could have probably walked to it. It was a pretty good walk, but we did the London Eye. We went on like a tour of the Thames and a couple of other places.
So the tour we did, it took us to like the Royal Jewels. What's the castle thingy called?
It's the
you guys missed out on the good tour.
Whatever it was, the tour of London or London Tower, where we did Tower Bridge.
Yeah.
We did about basically all the little touristy things, and we did visit 2 Disney stores.
We did.
We literally went out of our way
just to go to
visit the Disney stores in London, which I actually hear that a lot of these stores are going to close.
Did you go to the Hard Rock?
No,
we didn't do the Hard Rock.
It's the original Hard Rock.
Is it?
We went to so many places. We went to Chinatown and we ate in Chinatown. It was good.
They got Elvis's army uniform in there. They got Eddie Van Halen's guitar and Prince's guitar on either side, and then they got a great big Harley sitting up behind the bar.
Wow.
And
I got a shocker for you, Chris.
Yes.
I've never been to any Hard Rock.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Vegas?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
not even in Vegas.
Oh, well, we wanted to go to the M&M store because it's one of the bigger M&M stores and stuff like that. Huge. But we were really hungry, and Chinatown is right there.
Right.
And we're like, oh, this looks cool. And then we're in Chinatown, and we're like, I can go for some Chinese food. You can go for some Chinese food. Let's go get some Chinese food. Awesome. By the time we all finished eating and all that stuff, we came out, closed.
Oh, wow.
Didn't they have a Lego store right there too?
Yeah, right across. Yeah. And we saw all of this stuff from the outside. They got a lot of casinos in that area as well.
Well, so, I don't think they had that stuff. I went back like in '97.
Oh no. This is a newer. I want to say this is a newer area.
It was our honeymoon 7 years after we were married.
So it was like 2017, 18, whatever it was.
The only place you went to there in the UK then?
We did London and Paris for our honeymoon, and then. After that, we did our trip was to do Rome, Barcelona, Madrid, and then northern Spain.
That's a whole nother conversation, though. We went to Spain, and
basically because of COVID, our trip got cut short, and we only did Barcelona for like 4 days.
And we came back. That's all we could do.
So, see, I was in the United Kingdom for training.
Okay.
We ended up going to London the last part of the time we was there. And we had a choice between Big Ben Parliament or Stonehenge.
Oh.
So I chose Stonehenge.
I heard it's really, really windy out there.
10 minutes, and then you realize they're just a bunch of rocks, and you're there until everybody has to leave. And you're just like, and you're not allowed to go near them. They got them roped off.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like if you watch European Vacation.
I was gonna say European Vacation. You know how like
were they back into it? No.
Yes, we know.
But I spent a lot of my time in Wales, is where we trained, and it seemed like we were in small villages, and they were so hospitable, you know, because they don't see Americans as much as what they do in London.
You're right.
And you know, the guys would go, the single guys, they go to the pubs, and they're like, before they went to the pubs, we were obviously training with the British soldiers, and they're like, well, what do you got to do? What's one of the things to attract a woman? And the guy says, just speak, mate. And it got to the point where they told me when you went into a pub, it was 5 women to 1 soldier at each table.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah. So I, being a married man, stayed on the base and drank at the club there.
I thought, no, he did. I believe Chris. I have a question for you, Chris.
Yeah.
What's with the baseball on the hoodie that you're wearing?
Oh, it's a bias ball.
Bias ball. That's what it is. I was like, base.
Yeah.
What are we looking at here?
Javier Baez.
Yeah, Javier Baez. Yeah, Javier Baez.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I couldn't see it. I could only see like the top part, and I was like, what does it say?
Yeah, it only represents him when he played for the Cubs. He's no longer with them. He's with Detroit now.
Yes, yes, a tiger.
Yeah.
Yes. And I do like your hat, your Walt Disney World hat. Is that the pass holder one, or is that
No, it was just
the regular. That's the one that Jose has, right?
It's Nike. So
yeah.
And I got, because I had my father-in-law, I don't know, I think I've told this before. So last year before Christmas, my father-in-law passed away from pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
And we were doing this thing like Secret Santa, but it lasts all year.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, you get things for him for Valentine's, whoever your secret is and everything like that. Well, what's funny is I did this video and it's on there, and it's called The Hunt for Secret Santa. And I was going to make a series out of it, but then COVID hit and I wasn't able to go see other family because of course everybody's trying to. So I got to do one video with him and my mother-in-law. And what's funny is I called it The Hunt for Secret Santa. If you look at the thumbnail, it kind of looks like The Hunt for Red October and everything like that. And it's just me grilling him. Who is my Secret Santa and everything like this back and forth. And understand, me and my father-in-law, the whole time my wife and I have been married, we've had one disagreement. And
really?
It was nothing to actually be angry over. So
that's awesome.
But he passed away before Christmas. And while we were at Walt Disney World before that, they said, could you pick something up for Chris? Because he turned out to be my Secret Santa. After sitting there through that whole video, tell me he wasn't. But so this was what the ball cap I seen while I've been wearing it to work, and it's all like dirty and sweaty. And I'm like, I need to get a ball cap that's for good.
Yeah.
It's a nice one. You picked a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you picked a good one. Our son Jose, he also picked the same
one.
Yep, he loved it as well, and he sports it as well.
A good hat.
I love it. I love it. So we were so happy that we went for the 50th. I mean, obviously, I know it's like an 18-month celebration and all that stuff. We got lucky enough. I mean, I think that we went like mid-October or whatever it was, and just had a fantastic time. I mean, Walt Disney World is huge. It's tiring. It was hot.
It was so freaking hot.
It was so hot. Why has it got to be so hot? It's October. Florida.
I went this year in January because it was nice the whole time we were there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it didn't rain, which was nice, but
it sprinkled the night we flew in and we drove in. It was wet like the next morning.
Yeah.
But it didn't rain on us at all. We all carried umbrellas and
we had ponchos and everything.
That. We were told that you got to, it rains out of nowhere. You're just walking and it starts raining. And it does, right? I know, I've seen on live streams. And then we got nothing,
That's the whole reason why the small world isn't open like Disneyland's.
Yeah, it's on the inside. It's indoors. Yeah, it's indoors.
That makes sense.
Yeah, everything is indoors. Yeah. Everything. Yeah. So my favorite park was Epcot.
Right.
Second favorite park, I must say, is Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. I say Animal Kingdom is the most relaxing park there.
It is.
I think,
and we didn't even get to see the whole park.
I think it's the most like not a theme park, out of all of like the the parks, whatever they have, because you're like it's got so much of everything. Right. We did the safari, all that good stuff, and I want to say we need to go back. Trail Life was awesome. We need to go back just because we didn't get to do everything. It's like so freaking huge. This, Chris. It's huge.
Oh, yeah.
It's
the largest park down there.
Yeah,
it's the largest. But yeah, I mean, they say that you can fit all of Disneyland Resort, like every inch of it, everything.
Both parks.
The whole property.
Yeah,
hotels.
Everything
can fit inside of Animal Kingdom.
Right.
I think Animal Kingdom's still bigger.
They compare Walt Disney World to either the size of Manhattan or San Francisco.
Yep.
I heard it was San Francisco.
San Francisco. Yeah. At least for us, for reference, it's that big, and it really is. Your guys' parking lots, your transportation centers, your monorails. I mean, everything is so huge. Yeah. We did the ferry boat to get to MK. We liked the castle at MK Magic Kingdom just because it was kind of elevated. Right. And it's so freaking, it looks big from far away.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, it's huge. You go to Disneyland, you know, you're at the end of Main Street, and you can see the castle. It looks beautiful, but it actually looks like it's in a distance, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's over there. And once you start getting closer, you're like, oh yeah, that's really cool, beautiful. The other, you know, your guys is from Walt Disney World. You turn the corner, you're like, dang, that thing is like right there, but it's because it's so freaking huge.
You
So-
know how tall it is?
I don't.
It's 199 feet.
And the only reason it's not 200 is because they would have to have a flag or something, right? Or
They
a
would
light,
have to put a beacon on top.
a
Yeah.
beacon.
Yeah.
And so everything is like, what do they say? It's like inches away from breaking the law or
Mhm.
whatever it is. Chris knows all this stuff,
Yeah.
whatever.
But I
I
think
like all those facts as well.
one of the things that's really neat about it is, and they probably do this at Disneyland too. On top of the buildings down Main Street, they have
They
the
make them
flag,
go
right,
a little bit
but the
smaller, too.
American flags on top.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
And they're a little bit off.
the only one they take down is the one that's there in
Mhm.
front of. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep,
The
we've seen
reason
it.
why they don't have to take the ones down is they're not real American flags.
You don't know this probably,
I
but
didn't know that.
it has like, it'll be missing a star.
Oh,
It'll be a little distorted because if it was an actual US
you'd have
flag,
to take it down.
it would have to be lit up first of
yeah.
all,
Yeah.
or taken down. You know what I mean? In
Yeah, I
the,
had
in the
no idea.
elements, in the weather. Yeah, and Disneyland is very smart. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And they're actually used their lightning rods is what they are.
And then what about your seal of the president and all that stuff? Walt Disney World and all that, you know, Hall of Presidents.
They always
They actually had to get it, you know what I mean, like approved and
Yeah.
get,
Did you
you
ever
know.
hear the story about that?
I know the story. I don't know enough of the story to be able to tell it, but
Yeah.
I have seen the story. What's the story?
So the whole thing was, of course, when Walt wanted to do with Lincoln. Of course, they did it for the 1964-65 World's Fair. Well, him and Roy was the money guy,
Yep.
and he wanted to do all the presidents. And Roy said, "We can do one." And of course, he picked, Abraham Lincoln. That was Walt Disney's favorite president. So when they went to do Walt Disney World, that was one thing that Roy wanted to get done, was the Hall of Presidents, where all the presidents were done. And believe it or not too long after, because Disney World opened in 1971, so you had the
71.
bicentennial coming up. Liberty Square was probably the most popular area in Magic Kingdom at that time.
Wow.
They just had parades that would just go through that part of the park at one time.
So cool.
Interesting.
Very cool. It's a great spot to go and take a little nap and relax. I could tell you, man, it was hot outside, and those chairs,
They are comfy
so
chairs.
freaking comfy. And I mean, it's a great show, right? I mean, I've seen it in the
Oh, yeah.
vlog, everything. Great show.
Did you get
And I had to take a little nap. It was good.
Speaking of that, but going to Epcot, did you get to go into the Great American Adventure?
Which one is that?
What does that say? Refresh our here if it
They're
is.
at Epcot World Showcase over at the American Pavilion. They
Yeah,
have
an American
show
Pavilion.
inside. It's
Oh,
called-
we didn't go inside.
No.
No.
Wow.
We had barbecue from the barbecue place.
Yeah.
That's-
And then we used the
last time
restrooms.
I was
And
there,
we used the restrooms.
yeah, that was the first time I had that. But yeah, they have a show in there,
Huh.
and you actually get to see Mark Twain and Benjamin Franklin talking about the country and everything.
I think
Oh.
I've seen videos on that, but I
And
didn't even know where it was.
Benjamin Franklin animatronic was the very first animatronic they made to make it look like he's walking.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
So yeah,
That's one we're gonna have to check out next
Yeah,
time we
yeah.
go.
Well, we do want to go back definitely to Epcot,
Mhm.
for its, anniversary, whatever it is. It's from 82 as well, I believe, right?
yes.
Epcot's from 82.
I
So in
think it's 82.
October.
I know it's
Yeah,
like
I want to say it's 82. You can look it up, but it should be 82. So it's the 40th.
because I remember going down there where it was only Magic Kingdom.
Wow.
And then I remember going down there when it was only Magic Kingdom and Epcot. So, yeah.
The newest park is Animal Kingdom. Is that the one
Animal
it is?
Kingdom, yes.
Animal Kingdom is the
okay.
newest. Yeah.
Did you get to do Flights of Passage?
Yes.
Yes.
That line is no joke. And and Walt Disney World at that area, Animal Kingdom, for that ride, when they say it's 120 minutes, 160 minutes, they mean 120 minutes. They don't mean, it might be 90. Yeah, we waited forever.
They're always off by too much.
Yeah, no.
Not that one.
The fact that they have to have a freaking bathroom in the middle of the queue.
Yes, the restroom, and the restroom didn't flush. Yeah.
We one year we rope dropped it.
That one?
And we were there standing in a crowd of like hundreds waiting to get in. And I'll tell you what, even though there was that many people waiting to get in, because it has, I don't know how many different parts of it to pull up, it was just like, even though you were in line and you started way far back, the line did not stop moving.
That's good.
Moving. So, but
I thought it was really interesting. I want to say we were at the bottom.
And see, I didn't notice this when we did the ride. I was more into what we were doing, and we were at the bottom rows. We didn't know you had to go way high up to go to the other.
Because I looked and I saw all the levels above us, and I was like, "Oh, that looks so cool."
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that, and but it was really cool. It's one of the more intense rides, and I don't know if you know this about me, Chris, but I get motion sickness. I do take Dramamine. I do take some precautions and stuff like that. But that was one of the rides that every once in a while I kind of had to just like.
Yeah, my brother's the same way. And he said,
"Okay, so you know the feeling and stuff like that." So we're talking about a little bit of motion sickness. So we got lucky enough to also go to Universal Orlando. On the same Walt Disney World trip that we did in October, we went to Orlando, Universal Orlando, and Islands of Adventure.
Oh, you've never been?
Oh my gosh, the most intense roller coasters.
Aren't you a roller coaster guy?
I think he likes roller coasters.
I do like roller coasters, but I've never been to Universal. So,
well, Universal has like the most intense roller coasters I've ever been on in my entire life.
Islands of Adventure.
Islands of Adventure.
Islands of Adventure has them.
But it's still, whatever. Universal, right? It's the Universal parks.
They don't have intense roller coasters there like what
they do.
Not like Velocicoaster.
Not like Velocicoaster. Velocicoaster is like the way Juan puts it is that like he did first row, we did first row. He says, Velocicoaster, I felt like I was gonna die. It was so fun. That's what Juan says.
Well, I mean, you come to Kings Island or go to Cedar Point.
We want to go to Cedar Point. Yeah. We want to go to Cedar Point.
Yeah, see, I went to Cedar Point when I was a kid. The only time I ever been there, and it was.
Oh, so you haven't been as an adult to Cedar Point?
No, it is nothing like what it was when I was a kid.
I heard it's huge. I heard it's like massive compared to like Knott's.
It's on an island.
Okay,
like
it's
a small peninsula is what it is.
Yeah, I heard it's huge. It's got so much stuff to it and stuff like that. It's like their flagship, right?
Yeah,
that's what it is. Cedar Point.
But the problem is most of their signature roller coasters are at Kings Island. Because you got the Beast, which is the benchmark for wooden roller coasters. The Beast is 2.5 miles long.
Wow.
Yeah. So when it was created, it was actually the fastest, tallest, and longest wooden roller coaster ever built.
Not messing around over there.
I'm telling you what, it's a fun roller coaster to ride, but you definitely want to ride it at night because they do away with using certain brakes that they would usually use during the day and flying through the woods on a roller coaster. And the only thing you're thinking, I hope a bug don't hit me. I hope a bug don't hit me. Wow. It's called the Beast. And towards the end of it, because there's actually 2 drop hills. And you go into a double helix that has a tunnel on it. And when you go through that tunnel, it sounds like that roller coaster is roaring. When you go through it. It's probably the most intense wooden roller coaster I have ever been on. I have not come to anything that's close to it.
That's crazy.
Do you guys have anything to do with like a Six Flags parks or anything out your way or anywhere?
We used to have one, but since Six Flags kind of backed away and sold a lot of their stuff, no longer there used to be like, I think Kentucky Kingdom used to be part of Six Flags at one time, but other than that, no. Kings Island was actually opened a year after Walt Disney World was. So, and my family went there every year from the time it opened.
So 72.
So, and I actually still miss what they did when they used to have Hanna-Barbera characters there.
Oh,
okay.
And the one area used to be nothing but Hanna-Barbera, the Snoopy lands.
Yeah.
Hanna-Barbera, yeah.
It used to be all Hanna-Barbera. They had a dark ride that you would get in a boat like Small World and go through Hanna-Barbera characters and everything like that. And then they changed it when the Smurfs got big and it became the Smurfs ride that you got to ride through. And now it's
that's cool.
Now it's Boo Blasters. So So,
is what it is. Is what it is.
Because Boo Blasters actually was a Scooby-Doo ride.
Oh, okay. Scooby-Doo. We have Scooby-Doo at Universal.
Right.
They do a lot of Scooby-Doo stuff there.
Well, what's funny
so we have real quick. So in California, we have Six Flags. It's called Six Flags Magic Mountain, and that's going towards Disneyland, going down south on that side. But closer to us, we have Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, and I actually recommend you, Chris, that are kind of interested in the histories and the names and all that stuff. Look up Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. It's changed names. I don't know how many times. We used to go back in the day when it used to be just called Marine World.
Right.
It had nothing to do with rides or roller coasters or anything like that. It was a Marine World. And then it became, I don't even know what was the next name. It was Six Flags Marine World for a while. And then it was Six Flags Discovery King. It's changed names.
Right.
It has kind of a macabre history and stuff like that because of has animals and stuff like that. So it's a theme park that has it's also like an aquarium. It's like a zoo. Oh, wow. Very interested. I think you'd be interested in that one, but that's the one that's closest to us. It's about an hour drive. We do have to go over a bridge and pay the toll for the bridge. So we don't go there as much just because it's like $7
for a mile walk from the parking lot to the front entrance.
And then wherever you park, even if you park in the closer areas, you got to walk about a mile. You could wait for the bus. We never wait for the bus, though. Who waits for the bus?
Right.
It's like we're just gonna walk right there. But I'd recommend for you that is interested in that kind of stuff, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. You'll be surprised at a little bit of its history.
Yeah, I see. What I've heard about Six Flags is ever since, because what they did, they ended up overextending themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they started losing money, and then they backed off. And from what I understand, when it comes down to like a season pass or anything, that Six Flags is one of the cheapest places for season passes, and that your season pass doesn't just get you into the Six Flags that you bought it's all Six Flags you can get into with a season pass. From what I've been
I think one of our buds has.
Well, he has a membership. What's the difference between the membership and the season pass?
Yeah, he has like a platinum membership.
No, the diamond membership.
Diamond membership.
He's a diamond club member.
Diamond Elite.
Diamond Elite. Yes.
It's a strip club.
So we make fun of him because we're like, it looks like a strip club card.
Yeah, it says like Diamond Elite,
and it has a fat diamond.
Six Flags, picture. Something weird like that, and he gets like a good discount on food.
I think it's like half off or something.
Yeah, it's something weird. But he has to pay his monthly dues and all that stuff, and the car looks questionable. Let's just say it looks questionable.
Okay, I got a question for, like you said, Great American, Knott's. They're both Cedar Fair Park.
Cedar Fair. Mm-hmm.
What kind are you guys able to record on rides?
There is certain restrictions, like at Great America. Railblazer, it's one of those it's like a single track, super fast, super short. So I want to say the restrictions are heavier there.
Right.
But in most of the other rides that we go through at Knott's, at any of them, you can pretty much record.
Okay.
Obviously, you know what I mean. It's I don't know if any other restrictions. So the only places we've actually been to where they really tell you can't record so much has been like Universal Studios. Universal Studios kind of makes a big deal with anything to do with recording.
Right.
I mean, we were walking through their City Walk area, and Karla has, her camera with like a, external mic, with the, dead cats and stuff like that.
Right.
And security guard comes up and he's like, you can't use that here. And we're like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, you can't use that here. He's like, because you have to go to the.
I have to request.
You have to go to their office. He's like, it's not that hard of a process. You have to go to their office because it's considered professional recording equipment, and you have to go to their office and basically get like a day permit. But inside the theme park, you can use it.
Oh,
it was in their City Walk area.
Oh wow!
So it's kind of weird, it's different rules. You know how it is, different rules, different places. I would say the places where we've been at where it's been the most strict has been Universal Orlando.
Oh wow!
Islands of Adventure.
Because
over there, that was the worst because you have to go through metal detectors before you go into the ride areas. You have to put backpacks away. if you can pretty much take a backpack with you on a ride, you're pretty good, right? You can have whatever you need to do and stuff like that. Do you have any plans to coming out this way, Chris, to go to like, Disneyland or anything like that?
We want to go to Disneyland. Obviously, Heaven can get into Disneyland because she's a cast member.
Yeah, she can. She'd have to request. Yeah.
Right. But we would like to, but the thing is right now I get like 1 week off a year.
Oh.
So and hopefully that'll change here soon. I hope so. But other than that, and the thing is what's funny is I would like to go there. Heaven, my daughter would like to go there. My other daughter, Haley, would like to go there. But my wife, Margie, is like, I don't see any reason why.
I'm good.
What?
Wow.
She's like,
really?
Go to Walt Disney World. You have everything there.
Yeah.
Goes, I just don't see. I'm like, I want to go walk where Walt walked.
I was going to say, if you have any argument, Chris, if you have any argument, any ground for it, I want to walk the streets. I want to walk the area that Walt walked. I want to walk in his footsteps.
I want to see that light on up in the apartment. That's
above the firehouse.
Like, if I have the money, I want to take the walk and Walt. Yeah.
Oh God! Yes, we want to do that one day. It is a little on the pricey side. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but it would be so cool to do that. They have the private tours you can do. There's so much stuff. So the one positive, or I guess I've talked to a few Walt Disney World people, and they love Disneyland because the way we describe it is quaint. Right. Walt Disney World is big, it's huge, it's got so much to see and so much to do. And Disneyland is compact, it's quaint, it's it's got history, obviously, as you said. Walt was there and he single-handedly picked out a lot of the stuff that's still there. And we also have Galaxy's Edge now and stuff like that, obviously, just like Walt Disney World. So if I were to say, you should at least try it once. It's like us. It's like we always wanted to go to Walt Disney World, right? We had heard so much about it, and we went there. And I want to go back. Yeah. Honestly, I want to go back. So that's I would recommend coming to Disneyland. I guess
one of the awesome things about Disneyland, and we only did it once, was we rode the little. What is it, like the fire truck, the open bench?
Oh yeah, they had the fire trucks and stuff like that.
The gentleman that drives it used to drive Walt all the time, and so he was telling us stories.
Yeah, some of the one of the older
just
cast
sitting
members.
there like
some of the people who work there
sat here,
some of the people work there that were hired, with Walt and all that. Doesn't that just blow your mind?
I want to get there before Maynard retired.
Maynard.
Oh,
yes,
Maynard. Yes.
I love Maynard.
Maynard, yes, he's
amazing.
So you got to be careful with Maynard because he tells you some stories, and sometimes he goes into tangents.
I've seen him on there talking.
He goes on some tangents and stuff like that.
He has Facebook. There's a fan group.
Have
you seen it?
No, I haven't. No,
you should check it out because.
Are you on Facebook?
Yeah. I think Chris has Facebook. Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, we had a good conversation with him once. And he doesn't have Instagram.
I recorded it. And he told me he's like,
can you put it on
the Facebook group?
Whatever. We didn't even know about it.
And they were like, what is he talking about?
His tangents? No. Chris, people that follow his fan page are messaging Karla, what the heck was he talking about? And we're like,
something about hula dancing to get ready to go to the moon or something like that.
Gosh,
the thing I see, he was talking to Adam the Woo, and he had a little piece of carpet there, and he's like, he goes, I had this wizard come down and he sold me this magic carpet. And he's down there like on there. He's like,
yes, he does that.
And I mean, what's funny is Heaven now, she is a coordinator over Adventureland Liberty Square down there at Walt
Disney.
Nice. Okay.
And she's been over the Tiki Room now.
Yeah.
And I bet she can sit there, and I don't know if are the pre-shows for Disneyland and Disney World the same for the Tiki Room?
We didn't get to do Tiki Room.
Okay, but I imagine it's the same.
Clyde? Do they have the toucans at the beginning over there, Claude and Clyde?
No, ours is Jose and
you wake up Jose.
No, not the show, the pre-show, like when you're waiting to go in.
Oh
no, we don't. We must not have that. And
okay,
I know they have like the statues that just make random noises and stuff, but that's it.
I think he's talking about a little different. I don't think so. No.
Yeah, there's while you're standing outside to go in, there's like this rock that opens up and it comes up, and there's like a tiki god with both hands up, and he's got a toucan on each one, and one's Claude and one's Clyde.
No, we don't have that.
Yeah,
no.
And fire comes up and the water starts running down and everything like that.
We gotta go try it. Yeah, I need to do Tiki Room at Walt
Disney. I was bummed that we
World.
didn't get to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you know how it is. There's so much to do, you know.
Well, and we originally, our original plan was we're only going to do the items that we don't have.
Mine trains.
And what did we do? We want to see the differences.
We went to BTM, you know, we did Splash.
The Jungle Cruise.
But we did everything that we said we weren't going to do.
What was that?
You did People Mover, right?
Oh God, yeah.
God,
oh, you haven't seen our videos?
You need to watch the videos. Yeah. So, Chris, that's okay. That's my challenge for you. Watch our People Mover video and have a reaction to it.
Okay.
Arlene and BP
don't
were
give them
saying
too much information. Don't give them too much information.
It was the best experience.
I know.
It was the best experience.
I want to see his reaction
on People Movers.
You
do a reaction video on it.
Do a reaction video on it. That's mine for you. My suggestion for you. Do a reaction video to that because I'm sure you've been on it, right?
Oh yeah, I've been like my second favorite ride there at Maynard.
Yeah, it's one of our top favorite.
I miss having People Mover.
Yeah, that's so sad what happened. I mean, to it and everything like that. It was
whoever you know the history of it a little bit at Disneyland.
Drag street racers up there. That was a horrible idea.
Yeah, it's funny because the other day that we went on the monorail, you can still see the track from the People Mover because it's still there.
It's still up there,
but it's like the trees are overgrown on it, and
it's not used.
Yeah. All right. So guess what? We've hit an hour.
All right.
You guys have anything you want to promote before?
We are going to be going to Sweetheart Night for the first time at Disneyland this coming week. So we're going to be doing that. Look
out for that.
A lot of Walt Disney World vlogs that I still have to.
I think when our time slows down a little bit and stuff like that, and we're not doing actual activities, it'll come out to more Walt Disney World. And I want to see. I'm excited. You know, Chris, like I'm sure when we watch our YouTube videos, it's like I want to see what we did,
right? Oh,
right. It's like a memento of what we did. You know what I mean?
Right. So a lot of the time, he doesn't know what I'm recording because I'm recording it all.
Exactly. So it's kind of I'm like, wow, what did we did that? So cool. I'm a fan of our own videos. Sorry. But thanks for having us on, Chris. This is good. Much. This is awesome. This was fun. Yep. And I feel like I got to know you a little bit. We want to go to Cedar Point one day.
Right. If you guys
that's on our list.
We can talk for a little bit after this, if that's fine with you.
Yeah.
Just real quick. So I have only videos next week. There won't be a live stream except for That's a Wrap again next week.
Okay.
Because I am moving out of this room to a different room.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm up here in a junk room. This here.
Paper mache.
It's a sheet.
It's not a sheet. It's actually a curtain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all that is. Everything behind that is stuff my daughter left here when she moved out. And then other stuff this used to be their bedroom. All right.
I noticed it was different the other day. I was like, wait a minute. There was like actually walls behind him.
This looks different.
I've never had walls. This is always what I've had.
Oh, really?
Yes. If you've seen something I did earlier, it was just because I was in a different part of the room. And what I was using as a green screen, I took a green poster board and taped it up against the wall. And then
it did look different.
Yeah. If I live stream without that, you still seen the green behind.
That's hilarious.
So I finally rearranged the room and I got one of those curtains that you could hang up. So what's funny is when I go to do something with a green screen, I actually pull the green screen around the case.
Oh wow.
Okay, so that way it shows it.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah. So I'll have my 2 reaction videos next week. Unfortunately, they're already set up for the Efteling, which that place is awesome. So then of course I'll have one of our Disney World vlogs.
Awesome. Good.
And then Disney Versus will be on Friday, which will be I'm trying to think. It's Hong Kong Disneyland Small World versus
he compares things. Yeah.
Disneyland Paris's
Small World. Okay.
Yeah, he compares things. Yeah.
So
I actually saw a thumbnail or something. I saw something on that already.
Right. But I think that's going to do it. I want to thank everybody in chat for coming in and watching. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I seen everybody. I'm surprised. I don't know where Mar is. She
yeah, thank you, cool. Thank you, Cool Drummer, for following along and everything.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody else, and we didn't get the Russian bot come in either.
Oh, no bots. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
That's
good.
No
spam, nothing. It was on.
Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up.
Thumbs up, guys. Like this video.
I hope to see you guys next week for another That's the Wrap. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.